Amen.
You could have been any place at all, but I thank God that you came here.
Amen.
Yes. I just am honored by every faith here, every soul, every disciple.
Yes.
I just feel the love.
Yeah.
I say, well, they came out to either support me or see me fall on my face. But you know, I know just by looking at the audience, everyone here came that I do well.
Yes.
And God be pleased.
Yes.
And I
Amen.
thank God for each and every one of you. I won't begin to call names because each and every one of you are so special to me.
Amen.
Amen.
So tonight, okay, we're going. So that scripture.
Amen.
Scripture tonight will be coming from okay, Romans 12, 1 through Romans 12. Okay, and I'll continue to read.
Amen.
Amen. Right.
Thank you, Lord.
Right.
Praise God.
And I'll start reading at the third verse. For by the grace given me to say to everyone among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think,
All right.
Yes.
but to think soberly, judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned.
Yes.
For as in one body we have many members, and the members not all have the same function.
Right.
So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members one of another, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. So let us use them. Okay? If prophecy, prophesy. And the portion of faith, if it's service, and I will serve it. The one who teaches in teaching.
Yes.
The one who exhort in exhortation. The one who contributes in generosity.
Yes.
One who leads with zeal.
Yes.
The one who does acts of mercy with cheerfulness.
Yes.
Okay? And if I were to leave you with a message tonight, it'll come from verse 7. If service in our servant. The title of the message tonight is A Servant's Heart.
Amen.
A servant's heart. You may be seated. And in my study, as Pastor led us into our training, the position of elder. The position of elder is one I learned to have 5 major characteristics. Number 1 is age. Number 2, wisdom. Number 3, practical skill. Number 4, knowledge. And number 5, service. Now, for time's sake, we'll touch briefly on each one. But on number 5 in particular,
Amen.
a servant's heart.
Yes.
A heart to serve.
Yeah.
Okay? So the scripture said that we are to align ourselves up with the word.
All right.
So
All right.
in position of elder, I looked at these characteristics and I wanted to see how I lined up
All right.
with these characteristics.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So each one by one, I looked at the characteristics and I looked at myself.
Amen.
Number one, I said was age. Well, of course I passed that one. I got that one in the back. Yeah. So we can go on to number two. Wisdom. And I thank God. I thank God. Wisdom. Since if you like wisdom, ask of God. And I learned that early on. And that's been my prayer
Yes.
all my adult life.
Uh-huh.
Lord, give me wisdom.
Yes.
Give me long life.
Yeah.
And give me help.
Yes.
And I thank God. And He heard my prayer.
Come on.
This is nothing that you can just wake up at some point and say, and it's there. It has to be a part of you.
Yes.
It has to grow up in you.
Yes.
You know? And I just thank God that was my prayer of wisdom. And I thank God that He has blessed me, you know, with wisdom.
Yes.
Number three, practical skills.
Mm-hmm.
Practical skills is skills you use with your hands. And I love to use my hands. I'm a farmer at heart. I just love it. I grew up on the back of farm, and I just love to watch things grow. I just love to get my hands in the dirt. I enjoy using my hands. Tools. I have practically every tool. You know, man, I got tools. Once I'm 25, I enjoy it. You know, practical skill. You know, operating equipment. And I know it's all gifts from God. It was nothing that I was trained to do. It's all gifts.
Yes.
You know, God has given each of us abilities and ability to use my hands and to figure out. My wife said, figure things out. You know, a lot of things that I never did before, I'm not intimidated by. I guess that comes from my father. He said that one man can do it another.
Say that.
Man. So I'm not
Yes, sir.
intimidated by it. So I just thank God, you know, for practical skills. Number four is knowledge. Knowledge of God's word. And I thank God that we'll never get to the point that where we just have all the knowledge of God's word. You know, but I know my Redeemer lives.
Come on.
You know, I know that.
Yes, I know.
God's gonna sin. You know, I know if I pray and ask the Lord forgiveness, He'll forgive me. You know, and I know that. You know, Paul was persecuting the Jews. You know, and when he was on the road to Damascus, the light shined on him and knocked him off his horse. He hit the ground. Paul fell off the ground, fell from the horse. He fell from the horse and sinner.
Yeah.
But when he got up, he was a preacher. And he got up and he didn't know anything about the word of God. He didn't know anything. You know, he only knew one thing. I was riding on a horse.
Come on.
Light shined
You
on
knew
my
that?
head. And that was his sermon. And he preached that until he learned from all the Bible scholars that they taught him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, knowledge. So knowledge is a great attribute. But the one that I'm going to concentrate tonight on and in time allotted is service.
Amen.
Is service.
Yeah.
Service to what? Service to God and to God's people.
Amen.
One of service.
Yeah.
Yes. And when I think of service, the first thing that came into my mind when I was looking at this message and I saw service, I thought of Joseph.
All
And
right.
Joseph in the Bible, and in particular, when I thought of Joseph, I thought about the 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Joseph was put in a pit.
Mm-hmm.
And from the pit, he went to Potiphar's house.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
From Potiphar's house, he went to the prison.
That's right.
And from the prison, he went to the palace.
Yes, he did.
Okay?
Amen.
So we're going to touch on those 4 pieces tonight.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Joseph was born to Jacob. Jacob and Rachel. Jacob and Rachel. I don't want to say the other one, but this was Rachel. And he was the only child of Rachel. Jacob and Rachel only had one child, and that was Joseph. But they had 10 half brothers.
Right.
So and because it was the only child by Rachel,
Right.
Jacob was favored him.
That's right.
So he sold him this coat of many colors. You know, it reminds me of my mother when she used to make that patch quilt and take bits of cloth and sew them together until it just be a quilt. So he sold it. He had Joseph with this coat of many colors. Well, he wearing this coat of many colors, and he's out in the field, and they also call him a dreamer.
Yeah.
So Joseph the dreamer. So one Joseph dreamed that as they were cutting wheat, they would bale it up, put a string around it, and he dreamed that his bales, the brothers' bales, were bowing down to his
Come on.
bales.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't at that time. It wasn't very wide because maybe that wasn't a good thing to tell. He could have kept that. But he's young. And how many of us when we were young we did things that wasn't very wise? But he did. And to make matters worse, he had another dream. And this time he dreamed of the sun and the moon and the stars.
Yes.
And all of them were bowing down to him.
Right.
So, so now he's got the coat of many colors, right one. The wheat bowing down to it, and now all creation is bowing down to it. But they couldn't handle it. I mean, they lost it.
Right.
They put a plot, they're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So, but the one, I think his name was Reuben. You know, he wasn't really fond of him. He didn't like it either, but he didn't want to kill him. He didn't want him dead.
Right.
So he said he thought this, well, okay, what we do, we won't kill him, we'll just put him in this. It's called a cistern. It was a body of water that in a wet time it held water.
Yeah.
But then during the dry time, there was no water there. It was just a deep hole. So he threw him in the hole, and Reuben is trying to think about what he's going to do because he didn't want him dead. So there was this caravan coming through, and they got him out of the pit and sold him to these people on this caravan on the way to Egypt.
Yes.
So there was the pit. Okay. Next is Potiphar. So when he got out of the pit, the caravan to Egypt to this rich man's house named Potiphar. Well, that began his life of service. He began to serve Potiphar.
Look at him.
So he served Potiphar so well, Potiphar was pleased with him. So what Potiphar did, Potiphar put him in charge of his service.
Yes.
And so, you know, if you have a heart to serve, people know it.
Yeah.
People appreciate someone that don't mind getting down and serving others.
Yeah.
Jim Rome said, if you help enough people do what you get what they want, you automatically get what you want.
All right. All right.
Service to many leads to greatness.
Amen.
Huh? Yeah. So,
That's right.
so
That's right.
service. So Joseph excelled. Joseph, and not only was he a good servant, but he was handsome. You know, tall, dark, and handsome. the scripture, y'all. I got it. So she invited Joseph into her private quarters. Well, he's still a little short on that wisdom part because that was not a good idea. But that's where he was. So when he got there and found out, you know, the kind of service that he didn't want no parts of it, right? So now he's finding the scriptures say free fornication.
There you go.
You know, and I guess a little bit of wisdom coming to him now because he burnt the road up. So much so that she held on to him to try to stop him and keep him there, pulled out of his coat. I thought about it. I said, that's the second time a coat got him in trouble. The coat again, the coat again.
Yeah.
He left.
Yes.
Well, she was upset. She was upset, number one, because she didn't get what she wanted. And number two, our servant had turned her down.
Yes.
Told her husband that Joseph had tried to rape her. Number three, prison. Joseph was cast into prison. Well, Joseph had a servant's heart and a heart to serve.
Come on.
You know, because Joseph was supposed to have been killed.
That's
That man was supposed to kill Joseph. But he knew Joseph, or he knew his wife.
All right. All right.
But at any rate, Joseph was spared. He was in prison. But you know, when there's something that's a part of you, you can't hide.
Yes.
You know, the word said, out of the abundance of your heart, the mouth speaks.
That's right.
He had a servant's heart. And even in prison, that's what came out. That servant's heart. That heart that served. So he began to serve in prison. And to the point that where he was put in charge of the services in the prison there. And he was they knew that he was a dreamer, could interpret dreams. So he was doing that inside the prison, interpreting dreams. There were two gentlemen there that had been in the prison, had been in the king's palace, and they told Joseph both their dreams. And when Joseph interpreted the dream, Joseph told the one, he says, you're going to be found innocent, and you're going to be released, and you're going to get your job back in prison.
Amen.
But this other one, he told him, you're going to be found guilty, and you're going to die. And sure enough, how do you tell a true prophet? Whether or not it comes to pass.
That's right.
The one was released and went back to serving the king in the palace. The other one was taken out and hanged. So Joseph, true prophet. Now he told the one that was going to go back to the king. He said, now when you get back, tell the king.
All right.
Tell the king about me.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Tell him I'm still here. Tell him I'm innocent.
Yes,
You
sir.
know? And I need to be released.
Yes, sir.
The man got out, went back, ain't said nothing.
My Lord.
Nothing about
My Lord.
Exactly. No Joseph. But see, Joseph had a servant's heart. Joseph had yes. And God will make a way.
Yes, he will. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And so the king had a dream.
All
The
right.
king had a dream. And he dreamed that, what was it? The fat ears had ears of corn. And then the lean ears of corn didn't have much corn on them. And the fat ears ate up the lean ears. And so he was Then he called in his soothsayers and his
Mhm.
astrologers and all his assistants, and nobody could interpret the dream.
Nobody.
Yes.
Couldn't interpret it. So the one that was released, he finally thought, because he said, "Oh, by the way, King, when I was in prison, there was a gentleman in the prison, Joseph,
Uh-huh.
said he interpreted my dream and it came to pass.
Yeah.
Go get him."
Yes.
Yeah.
They got Joseph out of prison, brought him to the king.
Yeah.
And the king told him his dream, and Joseph interpreted. He says, "Now you're going to have 7 years
Uh-huh.
of prosperity,
Right.
plenty.
Mhm.
And by those 7 years of prosperity and plenty, then you're going to have 7 years of drought.
Right.
Okay? So the one's going to eat up the other. You know, so during that time, and once he interpreted the dream, the king said, "Well, okay, what must I do?"
All right.
See, that servant's heart.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Joseph is serving the king.
Yes. Yes.
Joseph, now the wisdom.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Come on.
Advise the king, because he's getting now in age.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
got
sir.
wisdom. He done been through some stuff.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
been through some stuff.
And that's
Yeah.
what we all are. You know, seasoned.
Yeah. See.
You go through some things. And
Yeah.
you learn some things. You learn some do's and learn some don'ts.
Yes, sir.
So he told the king, says, "Now what you need to do
Yes.
is during these 7 years of plenty,
Mm-hmm.
let the people use what is just necessary
Yeah.
for them to survive on.
That's right.
But the rest, bring it to the storehouse.
Bring it into the
Yeah.
store.
Bring it to the storehouse and store it up.
Uh-huh.
Store it up, and that's what they did. They
Mhm.
stored up this corn, this grain, for 7 years.
Yeah.
For 7 years.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the 7-year period, then the drought came.
Yeah.
Just as the dream said, the drought came,
Yep.
the crops didn't grow, people were starving
Mhm.
Yep.
in other surrounding countries. But in Egypt,
Yes.
Come on now.
Yes.
their barns were full.
Come on. Come on.
And
Yeah.
all those people that had brought their grain to the storehouse
Uh-huh.
could now come with their baskets
That's right.
and
Yeah.
get from the storehouse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this they did. And now all the surrounding towns and cities around, they were starving and they had money, but didn't have anything to eat. You know, because of the drought.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they would go to Egypt, where they knew they had grain,
Mhm.
and buy grain
Yeah.
from their storehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So Jacob
Yes.
told his son, said, "Look, I understand they have grain in Egypt.
Uh-huh.
Take this money, go over to Egypt, you and your brothers, buy grain.
Yes.
Bring it back, we can make bread."
Yes.
So they did, and went before the servants there, the king's servants, and Joseph, of course,
Uh-huh.
and to make the deal about buying the grain.
Mhm.
So when they began to talk about the transaction, Joseph recognized that they were speaking Hebrew,
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
and which was his native tongue.
Yeah.
But he didn't even look up at them, and he didn't let on. But he knew
Yeah.
that was his brother.
Yeah.
But he didn't let on. He sat there and he was really just overjoyed and happy
Yeah.
to find out
Right.
his father
Right.
was living,
Yeah.
and his brothers was there, and he had a brother that he never even seen.
Yeah.
So Benjamin, he never even
Yeah,
seen.
Benjamin.
Yeah, and he just longed so much for his family, you know, and because the Lord had given him that servant's heart.
Yes.
So now,
Yes.
he told his servants, he said, "Okay, give them the grain give them what grain that they want."
Mhm.
He said, but first he wanted to make sure that they come back.
Yes.
So he says, "Now, I'm gonna let y'all have this grain, but I believe y'all spies.
All right.
I believe y'all spies."
Yeah.
So he said, "Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep one of your brothers here.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep one of them here.
Yeah.
The rest of you can go back,
Uh-huh.
And then if you got a brother named Benjamin, then you bring him back.
Uh-huh.
And y'all, and I'll understand that y'all telling the truth. Y'all do that. So, but I'm gonna keep this one here. Amen. So they went back, and when they got back to Jacob and told Jacob what all has expired, it would come to pass and everything. And when they took the grain out and give him the grain, and while they're telling the story, there was the money.
Yes.
There was the money that it was supposed about the grain.
Uh-huh.
But what Joseph had done was put the money in
That's
the
right.
grain.
That's right.
So now, I mean, they really tore up now. They already been accused of being a spy, and now it's being a thief because they got the money. So, but I mean, they don't know what to do, and they're wrestling with what to do, and because Jacob, he didn't want to let his son go because he already lost one son. He lost Joseph, and now he's about to lose his newborn, his last child. So it went on until they ran out of food, and once they ran out of food, they had no choice. They had to go back. Take Benjamin and take the money and take some more money. I want to take the money. Yeah, and some more money. So they did. Went on back to Joseph with Benjamin, along with Benjamin. When they got, as soon as they got there, before anything, they said, "Also, here's your money. Here's your money. This is the money that we don't understand how we ended up with the money, but this is your money." And Joseph, after seeing Benjamin and everything, and his rest of his brothers, it was more than he could take, and he just broke down.
Amen.
The love that he had, and for his brothers and his family, because he had what?
A
servant heart.
Yeah.
Heart to serve. And the scripture says, and it's a message for us today. What the devil meant for evil.
Come on.
God meant for good. To Joseph. But the Lord turned it around.
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
So
he did.
he told the brothers to look. I'm Joseph. Yeah, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one you threw in the pit.
Yeah.
I'm the one you sold into slavery.
Yeah.
Say, but I forgive you.
Amen.
I forgive you.
Yes.
You're my brothers. I love y'all.
Yes.
So go back. Take more grain. Go back. Tell my dad, to load up all his servants, all his possessions, and come back.
Come
Come back to Egypt. Come back to Egypt and live.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He went back. He told his dad that he found our brother. He's the advisor. Next to the king. And is on the second to the king in Egypt. That servant's heart.
Sir.
That servant's heart. That heart to serve.
Yeah.
So they loaded up all their possessions. And they went back to Egypt. And the king told them where that they would be living. And that he was going to take care of them. They were going to be his personal guests.
Yes.
Because there were 5 more years left for that family. So I just thank God for the servant's heart that David, that Joseph had.
Yes.
So I enjoyed that story, and I just thank God that the Lord has given me a servant's heart.
Lord.
I enjoy helping anybody. I'm God's people. I love. That's our first line.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be You don't have to be saved for me.
Come on, say that.
You just need my help.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, and I just thank God. So in line, I like to give a little brief bio of my Joseph, and then we'll be out here. Okay. So I was born James Welton Adams, son of Welton, Buck, and Marie Adams. I was the firstborn on my father's side of the family, and the firstborn on my mother's side of the family as well.
All right.
Which began my years of service. I first began to serve in my home. Being the oldest,
All
that
right.
was my job.
Right.
Take care of that one.
Yes.
I thank God for my siblings. I thank God. I tell you what, without God and them, I know I wouldn't be nothing. I just thank God. My older sister, you know, wasn't all in the beginning wasn't all that wise. I think about one day we were out in the fields, and that's why Joseph was out in the field. But we were out in the field and go to just when we get to the end of the road, there was this large mulberry tree. And it would be purple. It would be purple berries, and it was really sweet. During a certain time of the year, they were really sweet. So they were young and they couldn't climb, but you know we are eating all the mulberries that we could pick from the ground, and I was the only one old enough that was able to climb the tree.
All right.
So I'm shimming up the tree and I'm picking mulberries, and they were down on the ground. You know, I could have peasants. You know. And every once in a while, I'll pull one off and throw it down there to them. They'd be scrambling around on the ground. And I saw this big clump of mulberries. It was right out on the limb, and I'm inched out and inched out. And you know it, crack, 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 the limb fell and boom, I went to the ground. Me and the limb. And they down there eating no mulberries. I could have been there but that wasn't very wise. But I thank God that we survived it. And my next service was to the U.S. Army.
Yes.
In 1965, I was drafted into in the military. I was in the military doing the basic training, and after basic training, they send you to training school to train you